or chegodi. If you're from Telugu states, you will definitely know this snack. I mean, we used to put them around our fingers, like this, and eat when we were, kids. So we can make all these without oil, without butter, without ghee.
You're so right, Sirisha. I have so much fond memories with chagodis, and I was actually excited when you said chagodis. I was like, yeah, Sirisha.
Yes,
because a lot of South Indians would actually remember that.
Just munch on when we were kids. And this can be made in the air fryer or in the oven with no oil at all. And we don't need plant milk. We don't need just water and some spices is what is needed. So instead of making with the rice flour that we traditionally make, today I'm going to use the jowar flour, nothing but sorghum. In Telugu, we call it jonnalu. It's a form of millet. And there have been studies showing that even in the ground form, when we consume millets, there is reduced risk of chronic disease because of the polyphenol content in the millets, especially sorghum. So this is what I buy when I buy the sorghum flour. It's 24 mantra organic sorghum flour. You can get any brand, but this is available in most Indian stores. So that's why I get this. And it's a very simple recipe. So just 1 cup of sorghum flour, 1 cup of water, which I already kept boiling on the stove. I'm going to show you. And then all the spices that we will be adding in there, that's what gives the taste. We can't just eat the flour just like that, right? So what do we add? This is flaxseed powder. A little bit of black pepper powder. Who doesn't know the benefits of black pepper powder combined with turmeric? We all know by now, right? How black pepper powder can increase the antioxidant content of turmeric, right? So, and then a little bit of sesame seeds. These, when we add in the chegodi, like when we are eating, it gives a very nice taste. I mean, it's almost invisible in here, but then it gives a very nice taste. And remember, we are not adding any fat in here, and the only fat we are adding is the sesame seeds and the flaxseed powder, right? And then a little bit of red chili powder for spice. And this is a very important ingredient we add in these kinds of savory snacks. It's called vamu. I think they call it ajwain in Hindi, and caraway seeds.
Yes, so they're called as carom seeds and ajwain in Hindi. Yes.
Yes. So this is a must when you're making savory recipes. Either you're making mirchi bhaji or you're making chegodi or any other chakli. Adding the carom seeds is a must. It helps with digestion, but please remember to add a little bit. If you add more, it can act as a laxative. So that we have to be mindful of. And as I said, the turmeric. So I can mix all this now because I'll be pouring this in the boiling water. The water is boiling. I'll just bring it here and I'll show you. So I kept the water for boil, as you can see, and we'll just add all these ingredients in here. Okay. And then just take a spoon and then add, see, all the ingredients are here. And then I'm adding this cup of flour, the sorghum flour, and then just mix it. 1 cup of, flour and 1 cup of water, and it'll cook in this hot boiling water. We don't need to cook, but if the water is not boiling enough, you can bring it back on the stove and cook for a minute. And after you mixed it like this, you see how it is forming like a ball, right? So just mix it like this. Believe it or not, just 1 cup of this will make more than 60, these rings. more than 60. I mean, it's amazing, right? So, I kept this mix covered for a little bit so that it'll steam in its own heat, and it's already cold. So what we should do for this is like little playing. We will play with this dough just like Play-Doh. So take some water, and then my hands are clean, and then put water. We don't need ghee, we don't need oil in order to, make these. Just take some water and I'm gonna take a plate to show like how it is. It's nice and hot. And it smells really good because of the turmeric, because of the ajwain and all the spices. See, it's just like the dough, right? So whenever you feel it sticking, like keep a small cup of water, just dip your hands in there and then just do this. It'll be warm. It'll be nice and warm. But if you feel it's hot, just take some more water and then do this. Mix like just few times. And we can make these chegodi in the air fryer or in the oven. But it takes 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes in the air fryer at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then in the oven, also the same temperature, but 30 minutes. What I noticed is when we make in the oven, it comes out good. So after making the dough, again, wet the hands. If kids are in the home, they can help. My kids are not home today. So just take a ball like this from here. And one more tip is, if this is little dry, cover this with a wet paper towel until you're working this dough. So just, see how we make logs. And then just make the logs like that and keep them aside.
So much fun, Sirisha.
Making the logs. I'm playing today. Like, just make the logs. It's so easy. Like in an hour, you can make chegodi, almost 2 cups of dough chegodi. Like it's not hard. Now the part is how to make the rounds, right? So take a little bit of this and see how you can make the rounds. You can see.
Yes, we can see, Sirisha. Yes.
Yeah. And then just make the rounds, and then make sure like you have like a oven tray or the air fryer tray lined up with a parchment paper and ready. Just adjust the thickness. It shouldn't be too thick or too thin. You'll get an idea when I show. Like this. So just make rounds like this, and then you can see, right? And if you're not immediately using the dough, I won't recommend it keeping in the refrigerator and using it. But in an hour or 2 hours, if you're going to use this, cover with a wet paper towel or wet cloth, and then make the rounds. I'll show you like how, like, I take a oven tray and then line with the parchment paper, and then, put them 350 degrees. But since I'm putting very little quantity, it will be done even faster, I'm guessing. We'll put these in the oven. My oven is preheated. Yes, and these are really crunchy. I'll do the taste test for you guys.
Yes, we can hear the crunch from miles apart.
So it's delicious. I like it spicy, so I add both red chili powder as well as black pepper, but adjust according to your spice.